Hurricane season is returning, and after last year's hurricanes, scientists are saying that hurricanes have been becoming more and more powerful over the last 30 years. Scientists say this is due to climate change making seas warmer, intensifying hurricanes.
Now to Isaiah and Dante with the sports and weather.
Thank you, Seniors. Over the summer, Belzer is hosting girls soccer, golf, boys baseball, girls and boys basketball, and swimming and diving. Baseball won, softball won. Congratulations to all the records broken last night during the track meet. Girls who have or want to play basketball are invited to an open gym at LC from 4 to 6 every Monday to Wednesday until the end of the year. Current 8th graders who wish to play football next year are invited to attend Agility Tuesdays at 7 a.m. at LC. Now for the weather. The forecast for today will be sunny with a high of 87 degrees and a low of 68 degrees.
Now back to our anchors.
Thanks, Isaiah and Dante.
An after-school candy sale has begun for Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School, the site of the Florida shooting. You can get a bag of candy for $1 in the front of the main office.
Next Monday is the last day for after-school clubs.
For those of you who are going on the Chicago trip, all money is due today to Mr. Raymond.
If you are a former Indian Creek student or are interested in doing some volunteer work, Indian Creek is looking for volunteers for their Spring Fling celebration on Friday, May the 18th. Volunteers will help manage games and help serve cotton candy and popcorn. You would earn service hours for your help, and to volunteer, please contact dbrabe@msn.com. That's dbrabe@msn.com.
If you have not noticed the display case outside the library, Mrs. Neese is here to tell you all about it.
Good morning. I'm Miss Neese. I'm an IA here at Belzer, Instructional Assistant. I have created a display about my great-uncle Beetle Smith. He was born right here in Indianapolis in 1895. Here he is with his mom in 1896. When he was only 16 years old, he decided he wanted to be a soldier, and he rode his bicycle out here to Fort Bend, where he started training at age 16 with the Indiana National Guard. This was his young wife, Nori. They were neighbors on Carrollton Street, near 16th and College downtown. In 1924, my grandmother Ruth married Beetle's brother, George, and that's why Beetle is my great uncle. Here's my dad in 1935, and a little bit later in 1938, he's jumping over a log there. Here's his toy Jeep. Hitler had come into power by 1938 in Europe, and people were starting to think, heaven forbid, there might be another war. Well, there was. It was World War II, and without any formal education, without ever going to West Point, my great uncle, through his own hard work and lifelong of dedication to his job, eventually earned 4 stars. He was Eisenhower's chief of staff during World War II. He negotiated and accepted the treaties of both Italian and German surrender on behalf of the Allied forces. Here he is accepting the surrender of the Germans after Hitler had already killed himself. This ended the war in Europe and freed the concentration camps and prisoners of war. There's been a fabulous book written about my great uncle. His name was Walter Bedell Smith, but I called him Beetle. And I'm inviting you to come and take a look at my display. We've got it up before May 7th because it was on May 7th in 1945 that Beetle accepted the German surrender that ended World War II in Europe. Remember what you can do with hard work and dedication. Thanks, guys. Have a great day. I'm Ms. Neese. I'm your IA. I'm here to help your teacher in every way. I'm Ms. Neese. I'm your IA. If we focus on learning, we'll have a great day. Life today is full of movement and there's lots of sound. I know you love to talk and you want to move around. I want you to love learning. I want you to have fun. Before we get started, there's something we must know. If we get too noisy, the learning goes too slow. If you need a sharpened pencil, just raise your hand. If you want to ask or tell me, please raise your hand. It's important that you listen, that you stay in your seat. Please ask for my permission before you move your feet. It's not because I'm grumpy, I'm not really a grouch. But if I'm going to do my best for you, I can't let you slouch. I'm Ms. Neese. I'm your IA. Love you guys, it's good to see you. I want you to think about something for a minute. Why do you suppose we say it's important that you listen, that you stay in your seat? Why would we want you to ask for permission before you move your feet? It's because you're here to learn, and if you're going to learn, you've got to listen. Now, why is it important to learn? Because life is a door and education is the key. Think of your life as a big ship. In childhood, you're floating along safely on the ship, but in just a few short years, you'll be adults. And the rocky, stormy seas of life might throw you overboard. And if you don't have your education, you won't have your life preserver. We love you. We want you to learn. That's why every adult in this building is here every day. And if you heard Melissa Officer tell you to talk to one of us, she's exactly right. We're here to help you. We're here because we care about you. We're here because we want to help you learn. So if you're feeling troubled about anything, come to any adult in the building. We're here to help you. And remember, if you listen to us, we'll be happy to listen to you. Thanks, guys.
Miss Neese is the coolest. Students attending the stand-up conference tomorrow need to report to Lawrence Central at 8 a.m.
On this day in history, in 1998, a Georgia student is suspended for wearing a Pepsi shirt to a Coke Education Day. Serves him right.
The celebrity birthday for today is Cam Newton. He is the quarterback for the Panthers, and he is turning 29.
Our random fact of the day is humans are the only animals that blush.
Now to Mr. Harsha with the rest of your morning announcements.
Have a great day, Bruins.